You got it. We're gonna get into this goddamn top 50 hip hop. I mean, top 50 East Coast rappers and shit. And I feel so bad doing this shit without my right hand, my co-host, bro. But like as he said, and as we say, the show gotta go on, man. The show gotta go on, and it is so crazy because we about to start entering the top 10. He will be back for the top 10. I will not do our top 10 list without my co-host. I promise you guys that. But we are going from 20 to 11. Let's get over here. And we at 20 to 11, guys. And like I said, every time before we get started, we appreciate you guys showing y'all love to the list. Even if y'all questioning the list, if y'all feel like people should be in different positions, we always say put y'all list down below. Y'all give it, if y'all don't feel like giving us a top 50, of course you can give us a top 10 of that week. It don't necessarily have to match the numbers that we're doing. Full disclosure, guys, this is not just a lyricist list. This is not a list about who can rap the best. This list is a totality of every person on this list career. So if you was great in hip hop and you had an effect outside of that, let's say in fashion, let's say if you was a great rapper and you also end up being a great producer, if you was a great rapper, you turned into a great actor, everything that you've ever done will be accounted for in this. So that's why when you see people like last week, I had somebody ask me, oh, as a rapper, you really got Diddy over Lloyd Banks? And I'm like, as a rapper, Diddy wouldn't be on this list if we was talking just strictly bars. But impact on the culture, Diddy could be higher than a lot of people that y'all will put him underneath. No Diddy. But that's the point I'm making, guys. Like, this is not just about who can rap the best. This is also about your cultural impact and the things that you was able to do when you dropped, around the time you dropped, what was, you know what I'm saying, the climate of hip hop down there. Without further ado, guys, let's get this list started. And coming in at number 20 is one of my New Jerseyans again, and a lot of people feel like right now she probably should be higher, maybe even lower based off of the Essence Fest. But we got Miss Lauryn Hill coming in at number 20, guys. And you know, like I said, that's one of the posters that can't be touched off the wall. One of my favorite artists, one of the favorite albums of all time, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Even her unplugged version on the MTV unplugged version, when she did a live rendition of her album and several songs and shit. Just a tremendous artist, of course, from the Sister Act movie and shit. Sister Act 2, a lot of people know her from. She was a great actor too. Probably could have went further in there. But like I said, tremendous artist. Of course, her stuff with the Fugees, with the score, and the group stuff that those guys did over there. Like I said, just a tremendous artist, a great voice, also a dope lyricist, a dope ass lyricist. She get the Biggie effect low key, you know what I'm saying, even though she's still alive. But dropping one album and that album standing the test of time and can go up against anybody's classic. Anybody, I mean, whoever you feel like got a classic album in hip hop, I will put her album up against that, and it could go track for track, in my opinion. And then we got coming in at number 19, we got one of the forefathers, in my opinion, of hip hop, one of the forefathers of the modern way of rhyming and rapping. We got nobody other than Rakim coming in, bro. And shout out to him because he just recently did a song with Mariah Carey. I saw them perform it at the BET Awards. So shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the guy Rakim, one of our, like I said, forefathers in hip hop. He's one of the guys that helped with the modern flow of hip hop. A lot of the guys that myself and my co-host grew up listening to, they mimicked Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Nas, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much everybody from the Wu-Tang. Like, everybody looked at Rakim as the measuring stick, for real. And if it wasn't him, it was the guy that we have above him, which was Big Daddy Kane, coming in at number 18. Big Daddy Kane is another guy. Like, these two guys help influence the 90s versions of hip hop, the version that we grew up on, the early 2000s. Like they helped bring in the way people would use flows, storytelling, sex appeal, everything, righteousness, everything, enlightenment, everything that we knew, especially in the 90s of hip hop. You could say these two guys was definitely directly responsible for a lot of the sounds that we got, without a doubt. But coming in at number 17, who do we got? I can't even remember who we got coming in at number 17. We got Killer Cam. We got one of Harlem World's finest and shit. The Dipset General, the leader of the Diplomats. Whatever you want to say about Cam, shout out to the Is What It Is podcast. Cam is getting that chicken everywhere he goes. Shout out to bro, shout out to him and Mase. But say what you want about Cam. Cam is one of the most influential rappers in history. When we're talking about fashion, when we're talking about rapping, when we're talking about movies, when we're talking about playing personalities, Cam is one of those guys that need to get a little bit more respect. Killer Season is a hood classic. You feel me? His character in Paid in Full, even though we know it was based off of true events, but Cam's character in particular, you know what I'm saying, lives in like throughout the realms of our community and shit like that. So Cam is a great 17 is a great spot for Cam, especially when we talking East Coast rappers, because he's one of the ones that I think that when you talking about when people talk about how Jim Jones influenced a lot of the younger generation, I think, you know what I'm saying, the only reason why they're saying that is because a lot of the swag and style that Jim Jones like to play off of, you can see that from Cam and shit. And I believe the person that we got right above Cam is his tag team partner on It Is What It Is. And I know it's actually Big Pun. It's actually Big Pun and shit. It's so funny, when we was making this list, I remember talking to Jay, and we was trying to figure out what Pun be before or after Mase and shit like that. I think we came to the agreement that just because Mase was able to do what he did, like Mase's first album, let me just reveal Mase at number 15 real quick. Mase's first album, bro, like go check the album sales of Mase's first album and then come back and holler at me and tell me he don't deserve to be at number 15. That's all I'm gonna say, because I know a lot of people it's not gonna feel Mase being over even Cam, but I know a lot of people not gonna feel Mase being over Pun. And I had to make that argument too, because I was one of the people that wanted Pun over Mase. But like my co-host said, this is not just about rapping ability. This is about everything and shit. And we gotta remember, Mase was that guy in Bad Boy after Puff left, and his record sales was stupid. I mean, after Big passed, but his record sales was stupid and shit. Shout out to Mason Bethers. And then shout out that bar that Malice had on the new album about Mase and shit. He said he seen both sides of Mason Bether. Basically, he was Murder Mase and he was Pastor Mase type shit. And then who we got coming in at number 14? Number 14, we got the Chef Raekwon and shit. And it's so funny because these guys, a lot of these older generation gentlemen, are gearing up to bring out some new work and shit. I believe that his partner Tony Stark, aka Ghostface, is gearing up to bring out a new album, and I believe Raekwon is gearing up to bring a new album. Yep. It's called The Emperor's New Clothes and shit, and that's dropping on the 18th. So make sure you guys look out for that. I'll probably do a live reaction to that shit too when it comes to Raekwon. But we, of course, we know him for Only Built for Cuba Links and shit like that. But I feel like these two guys right here are inseparable when we talk about these guys, the Ghostface and Raekwon. You know, the Purple Tape, Only Built for Cuba Links, every, you know what I'm saying, all their shit that they have together and whatnot. Of course, being a part of the most iconic hip hop group, in my opinion, of all time, the Wu-Tang Clan. I believe Ghostface got a new album coming out also. Shout out to Tony Stark. I just like the fact that he always called himself Tony Stark and shit. So, but that's the two guys coming in at number 14 and number 13 and shit. Two of the most iconic members of the Wu-Tang Clan. And then coming in at number 12 is Ja motherfucking Rule. And it's so funny because I feel like people gonna be like, Ja Rule is too high. And if you feel like Ja Rule is too high, you don't know ball. This man had 17 #1 hits when he had the game on lock. Your favorite rapper, if it's not Drake, don't have 17 #1 hits. You know what I'm saying? Don't have it. Ja Rule was a hit maker, and he was writing a lot of the R&B shit that you hear the people sing on his tracks. So it wasn't just the fact that he was just writing his bars. He writing the hooks and the bridges for the females and the males that sing on the tracks that we all grew to love. Shout out to one of the most talented artists from the East Coast, a man that's been the butt of everybody's joke for a better part of 20 years, and he has took that shit gracefully, in my opinion. No Diddy. He ain't do no dumb, corny shit like suing niggas or, you know what I'm saying, doing no wild, whack shit like that. It was mad basketball players that fuck with Ja Rule, that cut him completely off when 50 basically, well, when 50 in the Avengers basically ended his career and shit. But he didn't make a song talking about how much it hurt his feelings and shit. I'm just saying, Ja Rule took one of the biggest L's in hip hop history, and he took that shit like a G. It's my guy, man. I always got mad respect for Ja Rule. And finishing off, coming in at number 11, just missing the top 10 in my opinion. She is one of the best all-around artists in hip-hop history. Nobody other than Missy, Mr. Elliott. Missy, in my opinion, could have easily made the top 10. She just missed out in the top 10. She is all world. I mean, she can do every goddamn thing, whether it be rapping, singing, writing, producing. I mean, some of your favorite songs, especially by Aaliyah, was written by Missy Elliott. You know what I'm saying? Some of your favorite songs by Tweet was written by Missy Elliott. Some of your favorite songs by Sierra was written by Missy Elliott. Some of your favorite songs by Jasmine Sullivan was written by Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott made us think that her and Timbaland was a crew instead of Timbaland and Magoo. You know what I'm saying? Like Missy Elliott, her whole little posse between her, Tim, Genuine, motherfucking Aaliyah, of course. Like, all those people are special in their own right, but she is, in my opinion, the most special artist that you will have this side of Busta Rhymes. Like, you don't want to see her performing. You don't want to see her rapping. You don't want to see her singing. She is top tier when it comes to every form of entertainment, especially when it comes to this hip hop round. That rounds out our top 20 and is entering our top 10. Next week, we will be unveiling our top 10 East Coast rappers. You guys make sure you tune in and y'all stay tuned to see who coming at number 1. For a lot of you guys, it's a no-brainer who's number 1. For a lot of you guys, you might be 100% shocked. But